quick little review on the DMoose doorway pull-up bar. The DMoose bar is a real nice, sturdy, hefty design, all solid metal. You know, none of that kind of like, you know, hollow sort of aluminum feeling that some of the other ones kind of got. It's pretty easy enough to put it all together. You just screw everything in. They give you all the tools and parts you're going to need and whatnot. It's got nice pads for both the front and back side of your door frame. And then there's even a little teeny hook they got right here. If you so desire to hook a band up to it and do any assisted pull-ups, they got you covered there. Granted, on, you know, any pull-up bar, you could almost just put it right there in the dead center. It'd be about the same thing, but it's kind of a nice little bonus feature, different. Now, if you've never seen how these doorway pull-up bars hang, they just go right over the door frame there and hang on nice and sturdy. So the nice thing is it's got all types of great handles. You got that old wide, you know, bent down bar, a la Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then there's the good old neutral grip, super comfortable action right here. You got your center bar right here too, so if you want to get your close grip, maybe get some chin-ups in. And then there's the low bar, if you need to get a little jump action into your pull-ups. Or maybe you want to focus on one-arm training, and you need that little bit of assistance from the ground. Makes for a nice groove right there. Then probably the best thing about this pull-up bar is how much ground clearance you actually get compared to a regular doorway pull-up bar where you have to tuck your legs in. Here, my feet pretty much almost never touch the ground on the high bar. Now, just like most doorway pull-ups, you can also use these bad boys that do push-ups off them as well too. Especially good if you ever have any kind of wrist issues and you can't do the flat-palmed ones. But what I always kind of like is you get this good neutral grip one right here that feels real solid. Gives you a completely different feel than normal push-ups off the ground. You can also go wide with your grip. Get some incline push-ups going. Come in nice and narrow as well too. That feels solid. I like it. It feels stable. It doesn't feel shaky at all or anything like that. One thing that's always kind of cool too is you can do reverse push-ups with it, which you can't just do easily with your palms. And that just gives a completely different feel. And every single one of them on here feels pretty darn good. It is a little bit higher than most, you know, doorway pull-up bars. I mean, the other ones I think are about like yay, but it's not too bad all in all. There's one other exercise that they always tell you can do. You can do sort of some tricep dips, like kind of like bench dips. But I don't know. I always felt that this range of motion here is almost just a little too shallow. Not saying you couldn't get something out of it, but you know, that just feels like you can do it, but you know, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe there's other better exercises. Though maybe if you put it up, you raise it up a little bit, might be something, but no, it's pretty solid all in all for push-ups action. If there's one small complaint I have, it's that my shoulders will bump these neutral bars on close grip work. It's not the worst thing really, but it is noticeable. Overall, I think this DMoose pull-up bar is just pure, solid, good pull-up fun. You know, it's built well. You could do pull-ups great off of it. It offers the right grips without putting any extra junk you don't need. You know, DMoose seems to always make something pretty solid. I got a dip belt from them too, and I was always really impressed. So once I got this bad boy here, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. And I think it's my all-time favorite doorway pull-up bar that I have ever used. Don't get me wrong, I'm very nostalgic for my cheap grocery outlet one that I got back in the day. It served me well, but man, this one here, everything about it is just nice and strong. You can almost do some of the best pull-ups on it, and to top it all off, you got the high hang, so your feet generally don't touch the ground, depending on how tall you are, of course. You know, topping it off is, it works for the push-ups as well too. And then you even got a little section if you want to put a band on there and you need to do a little bit of assistant pull-ups, whether that be you're learning to do pull-ups or whether that be you're doing them like a drop set. But man, I am darn impressed with this DMoose pull-up bar.